Possibly the world's most skilled mercenary, definitely the world's most annoying, Wade Wilson was chosen for a top secret government program that gave him a healing factor allowing him to heal from any wound. Now Wade makes his way as a gun for hire, shooting his prey's face off while talking his friend's ears off. Call him the Merc with a mouth, call him the regeneration degenerate, call him Deadpool. Cletus Cassidy was a serial killer locked up in Rikers Island and sharing a cell with a man named Eddie Brock. Brock had bonded with an alien symbiote that granted him incredible superpowers, allowing him to become the supervillain Venom. Venom's alien symbiote spawned an offspring that bonded with Cassidy, turning him into the murderous madman, Carnage. Kansas State. The issue begins in a diner where Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, decides to mutilate the innocent civilians for his pleasure. New York City. Residents of Deadpool, the bored Merc with a mouth, watches a news report of the aftermath of the diner massacre. Deadpool switches channels and believes that a higher power gave him a sign to chase down Carnage and take him out. Deadpool sets out on a mission but does not know where to begin. So he decides to follow a butcher around and then to an arcade where he annoys a boy. Deadpool finds a clue in a local paper. Outside Tulsa, Cassidy wakes up and takes a breath of fresh air and enjoys his freedom away from Rikers Island. Suddenly, an incoming missile explodes and destroys his home for the day. Miles away, Deadpool parachutes down and discards the bazooka. He approaches Carnage and plants a ton of bullets in him. Carnage attacks with his body blade, but Deadpool defends with his own sword. The quick Carnage launches a flurry of bullets and pounces on top of Deadpool. The Merc plants a bomb inside of Carnage's mouth, which quickly explodes, taking Deadpool's hand with it. Our hero takes a moment of glory before beheading Carnage, but suddenly, a shot takes out Deadpool. Shriek came to Cassidy's rescue, and the two prepares for another attack at Deadpool. With his intestines dangling and impaled by Carnage, Deadpool taunts his attacker and turns on his dubstep music speaker attached to his belt, which brings Carnage to his knees. Shriek blindsides Deadpool with a sonic blast which breaks his speakers, releasing Carnage from the pain. Our hero releases two bombs and braces himself for the explosion. Carnage, relieved from the misfire, presses on, but Deadpool admitted that he forgot to detonate, and with a flick of his thumb, Carnage blows sky high, with Deadpool posing for a non-existent camera. Seconds later, Carnage impales Deadpool again, spilling the Merc's intestines. Shriek retreats with Carnage while Deadpool passes out from his injuries. Hours later, at a local storage unit, Deadpool asks the attendant as to why his key does not work for the storage locker full of more costumes and weapons. She tells him that he missed 3 payments and that his storage unit was auctioned off. Deadpool demands for the info of the purchaser and begins his hunt for his items. Deadpool finds himself in front of a house. An overly excited big man with a costume opens and offers some interesting affection towards our hero. The big man invites Deadpool in and informs Deadpool that after he acquired the Merc's property, he saw a pattern in all the chaos and knows where Carnage is heading. Deadpool reluctantly agrees to partner up and they begin their hunt for Carnage. The scene jumps to Carnage and Shriek in a stolen vehicle racing down the highway. Suddenly, Deadpool's taunting voice starts airing on the backseat radio. Deadpool appears in a tractor on a tow truck directly in front of the convicts. He tells them to buckle up as he rams their car, causing Shriek's head to smash through the window, knocking her out. Carnage pounces on top of the tractor and throws Deadpool right out of the window. Amidst all the chaos and destruction, Deadpool brings out his 2 swords and prepares for round 2. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey and today we are reviewing and recapping Deadpool vs Carnage issues 1 and 2. First off, I gotta say I love this issue. I've been reading a lot of heavy mystery and dramatic comics, so it's very nice to get into a more comedic issue. We get Deadpool tracking down Carnage just because he is bored and because the TV told him to do so. The best part of this issue for me is when Deadpool uses his lack of detective skills to track down Carnage. I really don't know how he found Carnage, but I really don't care. The fact is that he found Carnage and went to town, no holds barred. The pairing of Deadpool and Carnage is perfect since the two can really get it on without causing too much damage to each other. Both guys ate a ton of bullets and Carnage even gets his head exploded along with Deadpool's hand, but obviously everything manages to grow back. I am a bit rusty when it comes to certain villains, so I don't know who Shriek was, but then after some due diligence I learned that she was basically one of Carnage's many allies, and she bears a lot of love for him. Carnage broke her out of prison during the Maximum Carnage story arc, and she has been in love with him ever since. Her powers are mainly sound-based, but she has shown levitation abilities and the powers to induce fear and anger in others. Her one scarred eye tends to grow every single time she uses her powers. So issue 2 starts right where issue 1 left off. I love how Deadpool takes out Carnage and strikes a pose in front of the camera. As you may know, Deadpool is probably the most popular character that breaks the fourth wall, which means that he is self-aware that he is in a comic book. One reason why I love him so much. We definitely need a Deadpool movie. Imagine this, if there were to be a Deadpool movie, we would wait for the after credits as usual, and we would see Deadpool maybe in a dark theater seat watching his own movie while eating popcorns. Or how about Deadpool turns to the camera and addresses everyone in the theater with something quirky and funny? I would love to see something like that. Alright, thank you so much for watching my review of Deadpool vs Carnage issues 1 and 2. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in Deadpool vs Carnage issue number 3.